Hey guys, after the double round week, the unlimited trades week is about to begin. We will start with the ups and downs of the double round week.
Here we have the guard position. This is the outcome of two games. And let's go and get some good picks here. So we start with the guard position and we start with the most expensive option, that is Francisco. We think he has a good matchup also coming up against Baskonia. Very expensive and increased by 0.5, but still a great option. We have, since we're down here, we have Miller, Market-Dyer and Edwards been in great form, and also we think they will continue that. And finally in this list we have Horton Tucker playing quite well for Fenerbahce this year, and he increased his value by 1.1, so 13 credits also on the expensive choices. Then we have a very cheap choice, and that's Lee. Continues his good output with FS. He bounced back as we predicted on the last round, so we're gonna stick with him as well. Very good valuation. Now on the side of the players lost value, we have perhaps Weller Babi, someone we could keep an eye. There is a derby coming up against Fenerbahce in Turkey, so you know what's best for redemption than stepping up in a big game. And also we have Thompson having a decent game in the Spanish league and potentially a chance for bounce back. Moving into forward position and starting for the players that performed quite well, we have Taylor with 12.8 being in one of our options. We have Jessup continuing since the new coach in Bayer to have really good output. He seems like he's getting more shots and he gets a lot of confidence in him, so he is playing quite well, and it's only 8.3 credits. And as always, Vezenkov is where you start your team usually. We mentioned last week that it was the first player above 20 credits, so he is super expensive, but he worth your money, your credits. And then one player that potentially could have a good game or continue having good games, but he's becoming slightly expensive now, is Petrusev. So this is, we put a small question mark just because he's also returning to play in Serbia versus his older team. But he also, great, having a tough matchup versus Moneke, but is someone that you could consider for sure. Now, on the other hand side, players lost value. We see Luaka Baro being in the fantasy performance slump, so we're gonna abstain, although he's becoming a little bit cheap now, just 12.1 credits. And here we target mainly Mike. He had a great game in the German league. He's just 8.6, so a cheap option and potentially a good matchup coming up for him. Moving on into setter position then. Here we start with a more expensive option, that's Oturu. His next game is against Bayer. He's had a great game on the first part of the season, the first game against Bayer, and we think he's gonna repeat another good game. We have, with slightly less credit, Kabengele putting on good performances lately. And we also have, on the more expensive side of things, you can see a lot of players actually in this list that are below 10 credits. Izundu, Fernando, Diouf, Zekiri, Gabriel, Diop. From our side of things, and due to better consistency through the year, and also his great rebounding performances, we would go with Diouf with 9.1. Going on to the other side, we don't see any big opportunity right now, so we will abstain from any players in this list. Also worth mentioning that Jones, that could have been a good option, is injured, so we are unsure about his status for the next game. And with that, let's move on and see how we did in this double round week.
And as you see, the big plus for us is that we managed to gain 1.8 credits in total. In both rounds, we have a DNP player, Baldwin in round 23 and Brian in round 24. It was unexpected in both occasions. But round 24, you see, we didn't have the 70 points from Vezenkov. We just had 44, and that's why we just managed 134.45 fantasy points. Overall, in both rounds, the coach gave us in round 23 10 fantasy points and round 24 20 fantasy points. So we managed to get the boost from the coach to get the higher in the fantasy points. Other than that, as I said at the beginning, there is an unlimited trades, so a lot of players will change that you see now. But before that, let's see the coach of the week.
So for coach of the week, we have Sasha Obradovic for Cervena Zvezda, round 25 versus Dubai at home. Cervena Zvezda playing excellent basketball this year. They've been on very good form and they want to secure. It's a key game to make sure Dubai is not going to catch them up on the top 10. So the Cervena Zvezda is fighting for a position in the play-in now, and they actually play great basketball. So 6.4, quite a cheap option, we think. So we're going with Obradovic here. And let's move on then and see what else do we have in our team.
So this is our team for round 25. You see a lot of trades, but we will focus on the major trades that we made. So we wanted to go with Oturu and Donda Hall for the duo at the center position. They both players turn 2, but there was an injury of Tarek Jones today. We don't know the extent of the injury or if he will miss any time, but also Milutinov is out. Maybe he will be back, but we wanted to have Donda Hall in our team. Then you see Vezenkov, of course, is a keeper. Then we brought in Mike with 8.6 credits. We kept Lee, and we brought in also Francisco Miller-McIntyre. We wanted to spend big for the guard position, and we brought in 2 top options and choices that you may have also for your team. Jessup is on the rise, and with 8.3 credits, I think is a must-have for the forward. And also then we have Kaleitis and Samodurov more or less as fillers for the team. And we will go with coach Sasa Obradovic with 6.4 credits versus Dubai as the coach. Keep in mind again, unlimited trades round, and we have 3 turns in around 25. Bill, any comment?
Yeah, so again, as we mentioned the previous times we had unlimited trades, we do not want to completely disable our team. So if you are happy with how your team is going, try not to do too many changes. Try just to fine-tune. From our side of things, we're keeping a core of Vezenkov, Oturu, and Francisco, and of course Lee as our substitute in our team. And then we have players like Hall that they are going to be in our team until Milutinov is back, or until both of the other centers of Olympiacos are back. And of course we are going, as always, to provide more tips and more suggestions on Real Hoopers website. As always, enjoy this week and see you next time.